Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, welcome to my channel. I felt like sitting down today and doing a little impromptu kind of review slash first impression of the new MannyMUA and Morphe Glam Palette. I did purchase this myself a couple weeks ago when I was on vacation. It's one of those palettes that I just felt like really vibed with my neutral style, and you guys asked me to review it, so here I am. So I kind of have mixed feelings on this one, but if you guys want to hear what I have to say and you want to see how I got this eye look today, then just keep on watching. So this palette is only $20. I feel like that is new for Morphe when it comes to a collaboration with an influencer. That's a really nice low price point. So here it is. I'm sure you guys have seen it, but it has 12 eyeshadows and 2 highlighters. For $20, that's a really good deal. And if you know me, you know that I'm obsessed with neutrals. I'm also obsessed with highlighter, so this layout and this color story is definitely my style. Now, I wanted to tell you guys because I'm on like a journey to expand myself and my content this year that I did start a TikTok, which is all the rage right now. It's like one of the biggest platforms that there is, being downloaded on the App Store. So if you want to follow me on TikTok, I'll leave my information down below from now on. But I'm mentioning that because I did my first tutorial over there with this palette. So I did like a brown bronze makeup tutorial with pretty much all of the browns out of this palette. This whole row right here got used, and I did like my typical just bronze boring smoky eye. So I wanted to do something a little different in today's video. So I'm going to show you guys how I got this eye look. Okay, so first step, I'm going to dip into the shade Dust Cloud with my diffused crease brush from Sigma, and I'm just going to dust this all over my lid. You are really going to want to tap off your brush when you're using these shadows. That's one thing that I noticed the first time. It stood out to me how much fallout there is. So I'm just dusting this color all over. It pretty much matches my skin tone. So I am going to try to do a little bit of a maroon look in this video. So I'm going to go into this matte maroon shade called Gamenta. I'm going to pick this up with a firm blender from Sigma. This one actually doesn't seem to have as much pickup as the browns, but I'm going to work this into the outer corner. And I actually really love working with like magenta, maroon, purpley tones. I'm just kind of effortlessly placing this. It seems to be blending a lot easier than the browns, honestly. I had more trouble with the browns the first time I used this palette than this shade. This is blending really, really nicely. I'm going to pick up this shimmery purpley maroon shade called Cancer. Now, I did have a ton of fallout with the Leo shimmer shade, the bronze, in my first tutorial using this palette. So I am going to tap off this brush just to be safe. And I'm going to see how this applies to the lid. I do think these would probably be better applied with a finger, but my nails are so long I don't know if I can successfully do that right now. Honestly, they're not the best shimmers that I've tried. It takes kind of a lot of effort to pick these up with a brush, and even with Morphe, this just doesn't seem to be the quality that I expected. It's almost like they're too firmly pressed in the pan. Like I can't get it up onto my brush, but then when I finally do, there's so much fallout, it just doesn't translate to the lid. But you'll see, we can make this into a pretty look. It just takes a little more effort than I would like. So I'm literally just going to continue to blend until I feel like it looks somewhat decent. After some vigorous blending, I am starting to like the way this is looking. It's just taking an awful lot of work. What I'm going to do is pick up some of the pinkier highlight called Nova, and I'm going to pop Nova right into the center, like above my pupil. I like doing this trick because it like gives the illusion that you have a lot more talent than you do. I'm going to mimic that effect on the bottom lash line, so I'm going to pop the Nova highlight right in the middle of the bottom lash line. And then very lightly with the tip of this brush, I'm going to mix Cancer and Gamenta, and I'm going to dust that in the outer corner. Then I'm gonna pop on my lashes and we'll see how this kind of pulls together. All right, so I'm back. I actually really ended up liking the look with the lashes on and everything. I feel like I judged it a little too harshly before it was finished, but I did have a little more trouble than I would normally like with an eyeshadow palette. I don't think this is going to be the easiest for maybe a beginner that doesn't have a lot of experience, because it's going to feel like it's your fault as a beginner, but really the eyeshadow is just a little bit more tricky to work with in my opinion. Now I know this video is a little less structured and like impromptu than some of my other more detailed reviews, but I feel like this is just me getting back into filming. It's been kind of a little while. So I am going to swatch these for you, but I'm going to go ahead and do them live just one by one so you guys can get a good look. So I'm going to start off with Dust Cloud. There it is on my finger. It does pick up really nicely with a finger. Not trying to flip you guys off. There's Dust Cloud. Next up is Scorpio. This looks like it's going to be another really pretty shade. And there it is swatched. That actually swatched really beautifully. So if you use your finger, it's going to come up nicely on the lid. Next up is a matte called Fire Witch. And there it is swatched. Next is Leo, which I did use on my TikTok. If you guys want to follow me there, I think I have like 40 followers right now. There is Leo. Next is a matte brown called Sophie. This I don't think is going to show up on my skin tone. It's on my middle finger. I don't know if you guys can see that at all, but it kind of blends in. Next is Spellbound, which is a warmer toned dark brown. There it is. It reminds me of Makeup Geek, what was it called? Cocoa Bear? So there is Spellbound. Next up is Cancer, and that's all over my lid right now. Not too bad, but also doesn't pick up as good as the gold did. Next is Zaya, a medium warm toned brown. And there it is swatched. Next is Boy Next Door. It's another matte, kind of browny, almost mustardy color. And there is Boy Next Door. Next is Gamenta, the shade that's on my outer corner. That one does not swatch the best. Next is Aries. This has a duochrome shift, a lot like one of the shades out of Manny's palette with Makeup Geek. So there is Aries. That's actually a really nice buttery shimmer. And last up is the darkest brown called Howl. I did use this in my previous tutorial and I really liked it. So there is Howl. So those are the eyeshadows out of the palette. Now I'll swatch the highlighters. So we have Apollo, which is a golden tone highlighter, and then we have Nova, which is a peachy highlight. So Apollo is on my pointer finger, Nova is on my middle finger. So there is Apollo, and there is Nova. I definitely think Nova is more up my alley. Like these two are definitely gonna get my use. So that's it for my little first impression. It definitely swatches really nicely. I feel like it just takes a little extra effort to blend, and that's my only real criticism. I really like the color scheme. You guys know I'm such a lover of neutrals, and I do like the pop of like a magenta maroon kind of color. I'm pretty late to the game with reviewing this and trying this, so if you guys have this, let me know your thoughts down below and we'll kind of start a discussion. What do you guys think of this compared to the MannyMUA X Makeup Geek? I want to know if you like this one better, if you like the old one better. I personally like this one better. I didn't have a whole lot of luck with my Makeup Geek Manny palette. I didn't create a lot of looks with it. It just didn't vibe with me. This one definitely vibes a lot more with my style. So I'm going to go ahead and list some palettes that I would recommend down below for beginners. If you guys are neutral lovers, if you're just getting into makeup, or if you know someone who is, I will leave my recommendations in the description box. But that is it for this video. I hope that you guys liked it, and I hope you're having a good start to the new year. If you did like this video, please give it a thumbs up for me, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you have not already so you don't miss out on future videos. And hopefully I will see you guys all in my next one. Bye guys.